Hi everyone. I hope that I'm audible and clearly visible to all of you. Hi. How's everyone? How's everyone? Please write it in the chat box. Let me know how you guys are. So tell me that did you guys revise? Yes, tell me, did you guys revise the topic? Yesterday I talked to you, I told you that you have to do the revision of day 1 and day 2. I hope that you have done that. All right. I hope that you guys have done that. Fine. Okay. Till then, let me know if you guys have any query at all, if you want to discuss any question that is there in your mind from the past 2 topics. So just discuss it with me. Yes, I can tell you about the pure. I'm going to see your chat messages or your comments on the video on this section on this computer. I'm going to talk to you in here. All right. So if someone is asking me that what is pure and impure functions. So pure functions are those functions where we cannot change the values. All right. I'll show you something. Wait, let me share my screen. Let me just wait. Let me know when my screen is going to be visible. All right. Let me present it. Can you see it? Yes, everyone, please let me know if you can see this. All right. Okay, so now let me tell you about the pure and the impure functions. All right. So for example, you have here let a is equal to 9. Okay. And let me just put it away. Yes, let a is equal to 9. And I'm going to create one function here. Function, let's say, show details, right? Curly braces. And I'm going to use this value to display the console.log of a++. All right. Now, again, I'm going to use one more function. Display details, round bracket, curly braces, console.log. And I want to simply display the value of a. All right. Now, I want you guys to tell me that exactly what will be the output of this code. Tell me, guys. Yes, specifically tell me that what would be the output of this code. Hurry up, everyone, for both. Okay, for that, I have to also call the functions. Okay, show details, and let's say I'm calling here display details and save it. Now tell me. Ten, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9. All right, fine. So let me execute it and then I'll show you. Can you see it is going to be 9 and 10? So now what happened? A was 9 it took a value of thinking that a value is 9 and it is upgrading it. So that's why the value is going to be 9 here. All right. Because when we are writing a plus plus, so console.log, it is going to increment. But because a is coming here first, so that's why it is going to print 9 only. But when it is going to see that plus plus is also happening, so it is going to increment by 1 and it is going to change the value of a permanently into 10. So that's why when we are calling it inside this function, it is showing us the 10 value. All right. Fine. So that's the impure function. Impure function means when some functions are going to change the value, that is going to affect the others, because it display details was thinking that I am going to use the value of a as 9 only. But instead of that, what value it got? It got only 10 value. Is that clear? Yes, everyone. Is this point clear to all of you? All right. Yes, right. Yes or no in the chat box. Okay, fine. And if I have to talk about the pure function, okay. So again, I'm going to take these two, copy, and then I'm going to paste it. All right. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here. Then I'm going to take the value of let a is equal to 9. All right. And then let a is equal to 9 again. Now it is not going to be updated. All right. It is going to be 9 and 9 only. So that is the definition of pure and impure function. All right. Now, first of all, let me tell you a little about the DOM. All right. And for that, I'm going to give you a little bit of introduction about the array as well. So let me completely share my screen. Just let me know if my entire screen is visible to everyone. I hope that my entire screen is visible, right? Okay. So what is array? First of all, array is a way through which we can store multiple data within a single variable only. All right. Is that clear? Let me just cross it. Okay, it's visible. Fine. So, so that is array. Okay. Now let's say I want to store multiple numbers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write here const array is equal to square bracket, and I'm going to write here 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Please let me know, guys, if my screen is visible. Is it not? Okay, it's visible. All right, perfect. Okay, so that's how we can store the entire number all together. If I'm going to write here console.log ARR, then it is going to give me the answer like this. That means 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's talk about the basics of the DOM first. Then I'll go in the deeper section of the array. All right, now console.log ARR we are having here. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here, let's say I want to traverse it. Now, can you guys tell me the meaning of traversing here? Yes, can anyone tell me the meaning of traversing here? What is traversing? Traversing means when you want to go from each and every value. Now, this is array. Let's say I'm putting the number here 11. Okay, I'm putting the number here 12, 13, and 14. Now, they are lying, correct? So they are dedicated at their position. So that means in array, whenever we want to say that, okay, at one position who is the person, at second position who is the person who is sitting at second position or third positions, right? So we have the positions and the values, with the help of which we can identify that on seat number 15 this person is sitting. In a similar manner, in array as well, we have the positions. We call it as index values. So this 11 is basically, it starts from 0 index. So 11 is basically placed at 0 index. At 1 index, it placed 12 is placed. At 2 index, 13 is placed, and at 3 index, 14 is placed. That means they are placed in a sequence order only. All right. Now that is what array is. Fine. And if I want to traverse the array, what I have to do, I'm going to use for loop here. Let I is equal to 0. I should be less than array.length I plus plus. Okay, and then console.log I can write here array of I. That means I don't want the maximum numbers that are present inside this array. I want to see the value of each and everything. So that's how I'm going to see and do the traversing part here. All right, so this is what array is. Correct? Now, after that, so what is the size? If I have to identify the size of the array, I can write here array.length. Length is going to tell me the exact number of elements that are present here. All right, let me just save it again. Clear output and execute it. Fine. So here it is giving me the answer as 4 because only 4 values are present. Yes, indexing starts from 0 number only. Bhavya, that's correct. All right. Now, let's talk about DOM then. Then what is DOM? So you guys can see this, right? Let's say I'm going to write here DOM in JavaScript. All right. I'm going to write here script. So now if you remember, I showed you this demo, correct? Fine. Now, demo means that if I'm going to write here, let's say document dot get element by ID, whose ID is demo, dot inner HTML is equal to, let's say I'm writing here, hello students, right? Do you remember that it was showing me the answer in the front end, right? It was giving me the answer in the front end like this, hello students. Correct. So that means this is what? This is nothing but DOM. DOM means with the help of which, an object with the help of which I can entirely save my data. I can entirely see my data or put the values to the front end. So document is the DOM object with the help of which I'm getting the access of this P demo variable and I'm putting the data hello students inside that. So this is what DOM is. Okay, fine. So let's say that there are multiple other things present in here. For example, I have one div with class demo_1. Okay, this is div, right? Then I have one more div present here, div dot demo_1. So this is another div, right? Now I want to do some changes. I want to give the background color to this dynamically with the help of JavaScript only. What I can do? I can write here, first of all, const div data is equal to document dot get elements by class name. Okay, it was by ID and get elements by class name. All right. Now, again, I'm writing here elements by class name, right? What is the name of the class? The name of the class here is demo_1. Correct? Now, if you will look and see the div data and save it, how many classes are there with the demo1? How many divs are there? 2 divs are there, right? So right click, inspect, see the console. Can you see that the data is stored inside this array, right? At 0 index, it is showing the first div. At 1 index, it is showing the second div. And total divs are present 2 only. So that's why it is giving me 2 number. If I'm going to create, let's say, one more div here with the same ID, sorry, same class, this is third div, and save it. Now you will see the answer is 3 here. Is that part clear? Okay. Fine. So that's how this is going to be used. Now, you know, I have shown you that if you want to work around with the array, what you have to do, you have to traverse the data. Or in this example, let's say you want to select only this value, 13 value. Now, what is the index number of this value? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So if you want to see this value, you can write here 2 and it is going to give you the answer of 13 only. Okay, now in a similar manner, if you want to access any of this value, then you have to write the index. For example, div data at index 0, I want to style it. So I'm going to write here style dot color is equal to red. Can you see this is div is now red in color? So that's how dynamically you can also change the color. Okay, you can also change the color of text here. Okay, if you want to change the color of all the divs altogether, then what you can do, you can use for loop. Let I is going to start from 0. I should be less than, because div data is now holding the array information, length, and I plus plus, and then curly braces. The same line you are going to pick it from here. Put here, instead of 0, you need to put I, and then save it. Can you see all the divs are in red color now? Yes, I'm going to explain the array in detail. Right now, you just think about that array is basically a way with the help of which we are going to include multiple values all together in a single container, in a single variable. If you want to access, you can use the position or the indexing property of the array. That means that 0 index 11 is present. That you can think of position or index as the address that at which place 13 is present, because array starts from 0, so it is 0 index 1 index, so at 2 index 13 is present. And if you want to see or show all the values of the array, you can use for loop up to the length of the array, because you are starting from 0 up to the length of array you want to show the details. So this is how you can do that. Okay, and this is DOM means when you can manipulate the data of the HTML or data, whether it is giving the color or style or include some text in the HTML file without writing anything in the real HTML file, right? Because you are doing it with the help of JavaScript only. So that's what real DOM is. Now, there is one more thing in real DOM. Let's say I'm writing here const div query is equal to document dot query selector round bracket. Now this method is only going to take the data of IDs. This method is only going to take the data of classes. What if I want that any method is one method that can handle both classes as well as IDs? For that we use query selector. Query selector means if I'm going to write here hash demo, okay, and then div query dot style dot, let's say, border is equal to 2 pixel solid and blue. Then see, can you see that the now style is changed, right? Query selector can work with the class ID, plus if I'm going to show you, it can also work with the class as well. Dot demo underscore 1. All right, now if I'm going to save this, now see, it is changing the border of this color, right? Because this is the demo 1. But query selector, the one problem with the query selector is that at a time, if there are multiple divs or p tags or section tags with the same class name is going to present, it is only going to consider one at a time. That means the first one that it is going to encounter out of this, which is the first one, this was the first one. So it is always going to consider the first element only. Okay, fine. Now, if I want to select all of them all together along with the IDs and the multiple classes as well, what do I have in here? I have one other method that is known as query selector all. Okay, now if you will see demo 1, it is going to take all the divs that are present here. Along with that, it is also going to work here for the ID as well. That means if you want to select all the classes and the IDs, you can use query selector all. Okay, and if you are going to use the only single value, only single data, for example, single thing, single class and single let's say ID, then you are going to use this part, query selector. And for individual, for IDs only, you can use demo document.getElement by ID. And for class, you can only use get elements by class name. If you want to use a common method, so you don't have to write again and again different methods, then you can use query selector to select one thing at a time, and to select all the things at a time, you can use query selector all. All right, they are just the variables. Bache. Div data is just a variable in which I'm storing the information of that particular class whose class name is this. So all the tags I'm putting the information in here. All right. So this is how our DOM is going to look like. Is that clear to everyone? Yes, everyone, just let me know if that is clear to all of you. All right, now because many people are asking about the array, so let me dive deep into the array part. Okay, is that clear, everyone? So let me share my screen again. Just let me know if my screen is visible. I'm going to create here one file, arraydemo.js here. Okay, can you see? Real DOM and virtual DOM, this is basically concept of React. So there's a huge difference between both of them. Okay, fine. All right, then let's go ahead. Yes, I hope that my screen is visible to all of you. It's not. Wait. Wait, let me share it again. Now see. I have shared it again. I hope that it's visible now, students. It is visible, right? Fine. All right, so now let's go ahead and start. So let's say you want to define the array now. All right. So const arr is equal to square bracket. Let me put here, let's say I want to include here few numbers. Let's say 11, 12, 13, 14, or any of the even or odd number, the mixture of all of these. All right. Then what I can do, I can come here. I can write here 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, everyone. Okay. Then if you want to see the data or the information of this array, what you can do, you can simply write here console.log, and then you can simply write here arr. Is that part clear? Okay. Now, simply when you're writing here arr, if you want to see, you can simply click on this. This part is going to show you the all the array values here. Okay. So this is what array is. All right. This is what array is. Fine. Okay. Now let me tell you the different properties. Different properties and different methods here. All right. Now there is a difference between property and method. Now you know that what function is. All right. Let's say I want to see the length of the array. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write here arr dot. I'm going to write here length. All right. Fine. And then I'm going to see the size of the array. Can you see? So this is a predefined length method. All right, this is a predefined length method. Here we are not using any round brackets, correct? All right, we are not using any round brackets. So that means this is not a method. This is a property. This is not a function. Now, if I'm going to save this and if I want to see the answer, let me just put it like this. and save it, then it is giving me 5 as an answer. Why? Because there are 5 elements that are present. Okay, is that clear, everyone? So this is what exactly array is. Now, whenever you are going to define the array in Java, or let's say you are defining the array in C sharp, correct? Or you are defining the array in C++. There is always two things. In all these languages, the array is static. Static means if you have given the n number of values, those values you can't increase the size of the array, you can't shrink the size of the array. Shrink means if I'm going to remove 13 from here, right? Let's say I'm going to remove 13 from here. The size earlier was 5, now it is going to be reduced to 4. That means where the array was holding the memory, by keeping the value, that memory is going to be free. But that is not going to be the case of the other languages. Other languages are having a static array. Here we are having a dynamic array. That means you can increase the size, you can also decrease the size. Is it clear to all of you? Yes, everyone, is that clear to all of you? Okay, so that's what it is. Second property is that in other languages and other programming languages, you can't store the numbers. If you are storing the number, you can't store the string in that. If you are storing the string, you can only store the string, you cannot add any number. But here this is different. Let's say if you want to add some string here, let's say I'm writing here hello, you can also store that. And now, can you guys tell me what is the length of this array now? Yes, tell me, what is the length of this array? Yes, quickly. What is the length of the array? Very good. The length of the array is 6 here. Okay, so it is going to get 6. So this is the length, how we can calculate the length. Now, there are several methods in here. For example, I want to insert some values in the end. Okay, now can anyone tell me which method we can use here to insert the data in the end of this array? Yes, can anyone tell me? Quickly. If you don't know the answer, it's okay. Go to the ChatGPT or Google and give me the answer. That's fine. It is going to be push method. Push round bracket. Let's say I want to add Peter Parker. Okay. Now, if you will see the ARR, earlier it was till here only. Okay. Now you are going to see the value. You can see here, including the Peter Parker as well. Earlier the length was coming as 6. Now, can you tell me what the length is going to be in here? It is going to be 7 in here. Is that clear, all of you? Yes, everyone, is that clear? So push is always going to insert the data in the end of the array. Okay, can you tell me if I want to push multiple values, can I push multiple values all together here by putting comma? Let's say here I'm going to write Thor. Okay, and here I'm going to write, let's say, fine. Now, again, if I'm going to see the array and save it, you will see that all the values are going to be added in the end here. So multiple values can be added. Okay, I hope that this adding part is clear for all of you for the array here. Is that clear? Now, let's say I'm going to create here. Okay, let me create a complete Avengers data is equal to square bracket. I'm going to write here, let's say Thor Odinson. Okay, I can write here Loki Odinson. Fine. Then I can come here and write, let's say, Captain America. Then I can write here Iron Man. Okay, only these values I have put in here. Okay. All right. So now let me cut it from here. Let me put it here. And now I want to insert some data in the first position. Okay. There is this unshift method. Okay, so here I'm going to write here Spider-Man. All right, fine. Now, when you will see this console.log array, so you can see here Avengers data. Okay, now what is going to happen? Can you guys tell me the output of this one? Yes. Yes, Bhavya, I'm going to give you a quick tour about the um, um, DOM as well. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So Avengers data. And if you will see, Spider-Man is going to be in the start. Is that clear? Okay. And guys, I'm also going to give you one task in between. Okay. You quickly think about that. You give me the answers in the chat box. All right. In the YouTube chat, and I will tell you that whether who is right or who is wrong. Okay, fine. All right, now let me come here. Now let's say I want to include the data in between. In between means, let's say I want to include the data here after Loki and Denson. Include data in between. Can you guys specifically tell me that what method we can use here? Yes, guys, can you tell me? Yes. So it is going to be supplies method. Okay, so how you are going to use supplies method? So Avengers data, let's say I'm writing here dot supplies method. We are going to put three things. Okay, 2, comma, 0, comma, let's say new data. All right, and save it. If I'm going to write here Avengers data, so how the answer is going to look like? It's like this. Can anyone specifically tell me in the chat box that what happened here? Yes, anyone who can comment and tell me that what happened here. Yes, write it in the chat box. Yes, it's true. Supplies method, not slice method. Slice method is also there, but right now we're using supplies method. Correct. Very good. It is starting in at index number 2. That's correct. What is the meaning? So these are the parameters, right? That I'm passing to these predefined methods, which is already existing. Now the first parameter, someone wrote that it is from where the index is going to start. Very good. This is where we are going to remove the element. How many number of elements we want to remove? Correct. Okay. And what element we want to put instead of that? This element. So that means this is 0 index. This is 1 index. At 2 index, I want to insert this data. Do I want to delete any data in here? No, I don't want to. So that's why 0 element. Now, give me the answer of this one. Quickly, give me the answer of this one, guys. See, the array is const. Yes, very good question. But we are able to manipulate the data of the inside multiple values, right? So there is a layer in that, correct? Otherwise, we used to have const a is equal to 9. The direct value is assigned in a, right? Here, the indirect values all the values are wrapped inside that container, okay, in a box, which is now given back to another container. So that's why we can manipulate the inside layer of the data. Is it clear? All right. Okay, so they are saying that it is going to remove Loki. Okay, think again. What is right? What is going to be removed? Give me the answer. Quickly, everyone. What you can do, I can tell you. You can also practice. You can also write here. Yes, you can also write here the write the code in your laptops and give me the answer. Okay, everyone, please give me the answer. Okay, yes, it will not. No, 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 no. It is going definitely going to remove something. Okay, understand. I'm going to repeat this method again. All right. Now, what is this method about? So, this method is basically going to give at least these values right now. Okay. If I'm writing here 2 comma 1, 2 means from which index it wants to start. It is going to start from second index. What is the value present at second index? Captain America, right? Do you want to delete any value from that? I want to delete one element from that, one value. So it is going to remove Captain America. And do you want to add something? So instead of Captain America, it is going to add new data here. So that's why the answer is going to look like this. Okay, instead of Captain America, the new data is going to come. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, now I have more for the supplies method. So let's say you are writing here Avengers data dot supplies 2 comma 1. Now I have given you the answer. Okay, you know the answer of this one as well because I have made you understand the concept. What will be the answer for this one? Tell me, guys, what will be the answer of this one? Hurry up. Yes, we can. Yes, Bhavya, we can also write any data, any number we can write instead of new data as well. Yes, second index data will be deleted. Captain is going to delete. True. So the answer is going to look like this. All right, everyone. Fine. Now, after that, what is going to happen if I'm going to write here Avengers data dot supplies 2? Okay, and then console.log Avengers data. Now tell me the answer of this one. Yes, give me the answer of this one, guys. Everyone. Yes, Rennie. Good question. So yes, it is changing the original array. That's why every time you can see the code that whenever we are doing something using a method and it is changing it. Okay, so that's how it is giving the answer in this one only. All right. Okay, everyone. Fine. It is going to give this answer. Now see. I have given it to value only. That means from which index it wants to start. After that, I have not given any value. It means that it doesn't know where to stop. So it is going to delete everything starting from 2 index. So that's here only the first 2 values are going to be here present as an answer. Is that clear? Now Rene asked me that, okay, so is it going to change the original array? Yes, it is going to change the original array. But what if we don't want to change the original array? We want to create some different array. In June, July, I think 2023, they introduced one more method here. Dot to supplies method. Okay, let's say I'm writing here 2. Now let me write here console.log Avengers data and save it. And when I'm going to execute, can you see everything is intact here? It is not changing. So that means const new Avengers is equal to, and now you will be able to see the answer in here and save it. Now you can see this is giving me just this answer. Okay, let me just write here this to differentiate between all of them. All right, is that clear? Fine. So this is how it is going to work. Any question in this? Any question? Okay, simple supplies method, you tell it by yourself, right? That it is going to be used. It is going to change the data. Okay. Fine. So supplies is going to change the data in the original array. If you don't want to change the data into the original array, you are going to write here toSupplies method. This is not going to change any data, any value in the real array, but you can use this method to store the affected part into this variable. All right, fine. So that's how it is going to do this. Is that clear now? So toSupplies method is not going to affect the original array, but instead of this, you can have some variable and store the data in there. All right. Is that clear? Now, let's say I want to have more methods. Now, I want to delete the last method, last value. What method we are going to use to delete the last value of the array? Tell me. No, same as it is what? Pop method. Very good. Okay. So array dot pop, and right now, okay, let me take one new data as well. Let's say we are taking the weekdays here. Okay, weekday means Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All right. Fine. So this is the value that we are having here right now. Now let me include here Thursday as well. Okay. So array.pop. If I'm going to write here console.log array, just tell me that what is going to be the answer. Tell me quickly that what is going to be the answer here. Okay, the answer is going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because you are deleting the last element. Oh, just wait, let me save it. Oh, it should be weekdays. Okay, can you see now the last element is deleted? Correct? Now, if you want to delete in the starting, then what method you guys are going to use? Array dot what? What method we are going to use? No, unshift was used to add the data. Shift is going to delete the data. So console.log ARR and save it and execute it. Oh, again and again I'm writing here array, so it is weekdays. So execute it. Now see, Sunday is deleted. All right, so that's how we are going to use this method. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, now is there any point you want to discuss? Let me know right away, because after this I'm going to use few of the very important methods of the array, like map method, filter method, for each method, and these methods I'm going to use in collaboration with DOM, where I'm going to repeat the DOM part again, and we will try to create one mini application for that. Okay. All right, everyone. Any? Yes, I can show you the unshift one here. So let me just write here unshift. Okay. Yes, unshift is going to add one more element in the starting. Right now at 0 index, it is Thor. Now we can put this Spider-Man at 0 index, and all the values are going to be shift one position on the right side. So earlier Thor was 0, it is now going to be at 1. Loki was at 1 position, now it is going to be into second position. All right, is that clear? Yes. Yes, Anu, we can delete multiple values at time as well. So simply what you have to do here, Avengers.supplies were used. Correct? So if you want to delete multiple values, so the second parameter is giving you the option to delete n numbers value. If you're going to write here 3, so starting from index 2, it is going to delete 3 values. Is that clear? So that's how we can delete the 3 values here. Is that clear? Let's see, Bhavya, if you're going to get time, then I'm going to make you understand the currying as well. All right, let's finish this array part, DOM part, that application part, and then if the time is going to be there, then definitely I'm going to talk about the currying as well. Okay? Yes, anything else, guys? Any other doubt? Because I'm going to use now few of the methods. Okay, tell me what is object. Let me write here obj. If I want to write here name, let's say the name is Peter Parker. Okay. Designation is Spider-Man. Okay. And let's say the color it wear is blue and red. And red. Okay. Now, can you see that within the single object, I was able to store the different information of single person only, right? For single person only, I was able to store different properties of a single person. Will I able to do that in array? Yes. Can you please tell? Can I store this type of information in simple array only? No, we can't. So that's why we have the object. Okay. Now, if you will see, if you want to access the object for array, we used to write the square bracket and the index number. For object, I need to write here name of the object and dot operator. If I want to access name, I can write here simply name, and name is going to be here. Okay. If I'm going to get the designation, we can have dot designation. So for object, we are going to use dot operator to get. But what if I want to store the other Avengers information as well? So obj1, I'm going to create the same thing again. Right? Okay, so let me write here Thor Odinson. Okay, what is the designation of Thor, guys? Yes, tell me, what is the designation of Thor? It is God of Thunder, right? Okay. But if I want to define something like 10 Avengers information, I have to recreate or like do this stuff again and again, right? So instead of this, what we can do, we can club the concept of array and we can club the concept of object. All right. Curly braces. Let's say designation. Let's say it is going to be red and gold. Okay, then simply put comma here, and then within this you can write here curly braces name. Now you can write here designation Spider-Man, and color is going to be red and blue. All right, and similarly one more thing you can create here. So tell me guys, are you getting it? Okay, so let me write here Doctor Strange. Designation is going to be I think it is going to be sorceress, right? Sorceress of time. So let me just pick it from here. Sorry. It's also, I think, red and blue color something. Okay. So we are going to have Avengers data here. So now, can you tell me? So let me tell. Okay, can you see this, guys? Yes, guys, can you see that how we are? Now, I'm going to repeat this part again. Please make sure. So what was there? For single person, I was not able to include my data, right? For single person, if I want to show multiple properties, I was not able to do that alone with the help of array only, correct? I was able to do it with the help of single object. But again, for 10 people, I have to recreate this again and again. So what I did, I combined the concept of array and I combined the concept of object all together. And that's why it is known as array of object. Now, if I want to access the, let's say, name, what should I write? Name of this. Now, do one thing. Make sure of about one thing. All right. What is that part? That if you can see here, wait, I think I have to share the entire screen. Now see this part. Here, I know inside the array, we always take the index values. 0, it is going to start from 0, then it is going to start from 1, then it is going to start from 2, and then 3, and then so on up to till the time the elements are going to be present here. All right, fine. Now, this part is basically at index number 0. Okay, this part is at index number 1, and this part is at index number 2. Hold on, let me see. Wait, I'm sharing again. It's okay. Wait, I'm sharing again. Just let me know, guys. I have just shared it again. You are able to see this. But it is visible from my end that it is already shared. All right. Just let me... Wait. It's okay. Let me see. Now I have shared it again. All right, wait, let me just check this. Wait, guys, let me see what is the issue here. I have shared it again. It's okay, guys. Wait. Okay, all right. Now I think it is visible to all of you, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, so I was telling you, now see this part properly. Okay, what I was telling you, what information I was giving you, that here you can see that array is used to store the information. Array is going to store the information here at index number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Starting from 0, correct? All right. Now, what is going to happen that here, let's say that I want to access the object, right? So object, we can access the property with the help of dot operators. Now, you can see that this is the array. Can I say that this entire first object is present at index number 0? This entire object is present at index number 1, and this entire object is present at index number 2. Can we say that? Yes, guys, can we say that? Let me know. Can we say that? Yes or no, everyone? Correct. So now if I want to access the Thor value, just the name Thor, what should I write here? Tell me, what should I write here? First of all, this is array, so I'm going to use the array syntax at index number 0. Okay. Now, what I want to see, the entire, out of that entire object, I want to see the name. So dot, I am going to write here name. So now this part is going to give me the name of the Thor only. Now see this. Is that clear? Okay. Fine. So that's how the things are going to be. If you want to see the value at index number 2, it is going to give you the Dr. Strange. All right. Okay. Now, after that, what we are going to do? Now, there are other, now let's say I want to use for loop, okay, to see the different values, correct? I can do. But apart from that, there are different methods available as well. What are those different methods? So the first method is map method to traverse the entire array. How? This is the name of the array, Avengers data. I'm going to write here dot map method, round bracket. We are going to take here one variable. Okay, this is a syntax. Let's say I'm going to write here Avengers, then arrow, curly braces. Okay, this is a basic syntax. Name of the array, dot name of the method, and some variable name. So what this is going to do, now see here, it is going to, now it is going to go at every index, at 0 index automatically. Now I don't have to worry about initializing the variable like I was used to do in the for loop, let I is equal to 0. I don't have to worry about to check the length. I don't even have to worry about to increment it. Map method is going to take care of all of these parts. All right. So what it is going to do now, it is automatically gonna go from here to this Avengers data array. It will see the 0 index value. What is present? The entire object is present at index number 0. So what it will do, it is going to put that entire data inside this variable here. All right, that means right now, if I'm going to write here console.log, it is going to give me the entire object as an answer. Then when it is going to done with that, it is automatically gonna go again, increment itself and go to this first index value. Now, what the information is present here at first index? The entire object. Again, it is going to give me the entire object. Automatically, it is going to go at index number 2, and again, it is going to store the value inside this avenges and give me the answer. So now I'll show you. With the help of for loop, it was showing for 1, 2, 3. It was showing 1, 2, and 3. For here, it is going to show me not array but separate information of all the objects here. Now see. Right? First object. Wait, let me put this in comment. First object, okay, then second object, and then the third object. All right, clear? So that's how we can use the map method. Fine. All right, is that part clear to all of you? Okay, now I'm gonna come to the DOM part again. All right, now in the DOM part, I was telling you, because now I'm going to create one small application for all of you. Okay, in the DOM part, I was telling you that what we have here document.getElementById. If you want to access only ID, nothing else, then you can use this method. You can write the data inside the P whose ID is demo. All right, if you want to access the values in value information of all the tags whichever are available with the help of any method, that is get elements by class name, then whomsoever element, it doesn't matter which element is there, any element with the name of demo1 class is going to store inside this variable here. That means I can get the information about the variables here. Is that clear? Okay, after that I'm going to use for loop here. So this is what I showed you, that how it is going to impact. Now if you want to use only one method that is going to take care of the class, if I want to use class and it can also take care of the ID, then you can use query selector here. What query selector is going to do? Query selector is going to deal with the class as well. For that you have to write here dot operator dot. Okay, if you want to use or get the information about the class, you have to write here hash, sorry, for ID. But because there are multiple classes available here, but at a time this query selector is going to hold only single value of the class, the first element. It can be div tag, p tag, section tag, any tag. The first element it is going to encounter, whose class name is going to be demo1, is going to store here. That's why if you will look at the console.log div query, you will see that it is not going to store the class information in the array. It is going to simply give you the information only. All right, let me just show you. I think we have this correct. Okay, can you see it is now, instead of array, it is showing me the answer like this only. Correct? So that's, so I was telling you that what I did. Let me just expand it. Yes. Now see this code. What this code is doing, I was taking this variable name. I was telling it in the entire document, whomsoever class is demo1, just take the entire information and put it inside this variable. And that's exactly what I did here as well. So inside this div query, it is giving me, it has taken the entire div part, this entire div part here, right? And showing me the answer here. But I have not given here this style color red or border. How it is coming? Because earlier with the help of this document.getElementByClassName, by class name, I applied the style color here. So automatically, can you see? There is nothing present in here for this div, right? Nothing is present. I did not give any class name or anything. Correct? So that means what is happening here? It is dynamically giving the style of red color. That's how it is showing us this. And automatically I have also given here the border here. All right. For this one, it is giving me the border as well, border property as well. So dynamically, so DOM means dynamically how much things we can include, how much data we are going to include. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Any question? Any question? Okay, fine. Now let's go ahead. So do you want me to create one quiz application? Do you want to create one quiz application here, guys? So let's create that. Yes, is everyone ready? All right, but I wanted to give you the answer side by side as well. Okay, fine. Sorry, guys. Let me just come here. Let me create the base. All right. Okay, so for this, I have already created the CSS file, so I'm not going to write the CSS here. Okay, I'm going to wait, let me show you. If you have any queries, please write in the chat box. All right, I will wait. Let me write here dev dot container. All right, fine. Then I'm going to write here h1, and I'm going to write here, let's say, quiz up. All right. Then I'm going to write here dev hash. Hash I'm going to use, so I'm going to write here question. Before that, let me write here one more thing. Quiz box, where I'm going to hold the quiz information. Okay. Now within this, I can write here dev dot question, and if the question is going to be loaded, I will show here the loading part. Okay. Div hash option. All right. And then button hash next button. All right. Let me write here next. Fine. And div. That's it. All right. Now it is also going to show the result. So it needs dynamically it is going to be there. So it needs to show some result somewhere. So I'm going to take here one div result box, where is a result is going to be given, and I'm writing here hidden. Okay. H2, I can write here quiz complete. Okay. And then p hash score. What is the score of the person? Okay. And then one button if the person wants to restart the quiz. Restart quiz. Okay. And I can write here id restart hyphen button. Okay. Is this part clear? Yes. Is this part clear? Let me take the style, everyone, which I already built. Wait. Okay, so let me take it from here. This is this file, code file. Let me come here. Okay, and save it. Now let me make this live. Okay, can you see? Because right now we don't have any questions, so that's how it is. The front part is going to look like this. Is that clear? Okay, and one more thing. Right now I'm going to remove this. Okay, this is going to give me the result part. Can you see that it is also showing me the quiz complete, restart the quiz? Now this part should not be visible till the last question, till I am going to complete the quiz here, correct? So for that, what I'm going to do, I have given here class hidden. All right. And if you will see here, I have made it display none, so that in the starting, at least it should not be visible. All right. Now let's start with the JavaScript part. So script tag here. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to use in here, So we need few questions first of all, right? So I want to create here one const questions is equal to square bracket and then curly braces. Curly braces means where I'm going to write the question and then the options and the right answer, right? So here I'm going to write question colon. Let's say the first question is going to be, what does HTML stand for? All right. Now, what are the options that we can give? The options are going to be here because there are going to be 4 options. So I'm going to use array, hyper, text, markup language, comma, high text, markup language, hypertext, modern language, and then high text, higher text, markup language. All right, let me show you the complete. Okay, so this is going to be the question. These are going to be the options. And what is the right answer for this one? I'm going to take one more value here. So the answer is right. This one, hyper text markup language. All right. So in a similar manner, what you can do, you can create multiple questions here. All right. So let me go to the ChatGPT. Let me ask ChatGPT to create multiple questions like this. All right. Let's use ChatGPT here. Create 10 questions in above form, please. Okay, so for such parts, you should be using the ChatGPT. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Okay, so let us see that what it is going to create. Okay, now you want to start it from the 0 index only, right? So that means I need till the time it is going to create, I can take here current question. Let's say right now in the starting, it is going to show the 0 index question. All right. In the starting, there is no score. It is going to be 0. All right. Now let selected option. You also want to take the user input that what option user has selected. For that, I have taken one variable here. I think it is completed. So I'm going to copy it from here. I'm going to paste it. Okay. So multiple questions it has generated. All right. Now, after that, what I'm going to do? Do you remember that we are having here question, options ID, result box ID, score ID, restart button ID, and there are multiple things, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all these information into some sort of variable like I showed you. So const question el, okay, is equal to document dot get element by ID whose ID is going to be question. All right, so the ID is question here. Wait. I have not given any ID question, right? Wait, loading. Instead of class, I should be giving here ID. All right. Now, what it is going to do, if you will see here the console.log, this. Let me show you what you are going to see. You're going to see the entire tag information, right? This was only thing written. Loading is written there, correct? So that's how what I can do. I can take the other data, the other details as well, other information as well. All right. So let me just take it from the already created code. All right. Now see. Let me come here. Let me paste like this. Can you see that we can take this entire information like this? So we created options, ID. So I am taking the information of that entire tag inside this variable. Similarly, next button, result box, quiz box, score, and restart button. With the help of this, whomsoever IDs I have declared here, I have taken the entire information about the tag into the variables. Is that part clear to all of you? Yes, everyone. Is this part clear to everyone? Okay, now after that I need to load the functions in the front end, right? So what I'm going to do, let me just make it like this. Let me show the code in here. All right, I want to create one function here, function load questions. Okay, so const q is equal to, we are having the array of the questions here, right? The current question, that means current position is 0. So out of those entire questions, the 0 index value is going to be stored inside the queue. If you want to see that what queue is going to hold, I will show you. For that I have to call the function as well, load questions. Okay, can you see it is showing me the first index entire information, the entire object, question, options, and array, right? So that's what queue is going to hold right now. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to display the question within this area instead of loading. I want to display the questions. All right. So this information, this element ID information, I have already stored inside this variable. So what I'm going to do now, see this part. Inside this, we can use .inner HTML or text content. What I'm going to write here, Q dollar curly braces. Current question. We can't, if the question is first question, we can't show it as a 0 to the users, right? Because they are not in the habit of using 0. Correct. The question number is going to be 1 only because that is the first question. So right now it is holding the 0 because we are going to, as being developer, we are going to see the index value of the array. That's why I have put 0 here. But if I want to show it to the front people, I'm going to add 1 in here. All right. Dot dollar curly braces, q dot question. Q dot question means I want to show the question here. That's it. Okay, and put it like this. After that, options. First of all, if there is any, I want to clear that. Okay, selected option right now is null because right now it is just showing it, nothing else is happening. Now let me save it. Can you see the first question is displayed in here? Right, the first question is getting displayed in here because inside this, for this whomsoever ID is question, inside this I'm including the text like this. All right, fine. Now after that, you want to explore, you want to load the options as well, right? So q, because q is holding the object, q dot options, the value of the object I'm trying to access, dot, now you can write here map method. Okay, option, correct, curly braces, const button. I want to, if you want to, now let's say there is one element missing, you have not created it inside the HTML file. What you can do, you can also create that element separately. So you are going to use here document object dot create element. Which element or tag you want to create? Button. So I'm going to write here button as well. Okay, now if I will show you console.log btn here, can you see it has created this much buttons? How much buttons are there? How many options? Now q is the object which is holding this entire part, right? Inside this, how many options are there? 4 options are present, right? This number 4 options. So what it is going to do, it is going to, for all those options, because 4 are there, it is going to create 4 times method, 4 times buttons here. All right, fine. And after that, when it is done with the 4 times button, what I wanted to do, I want to include the options there. So btn dot text content is equal to option, because in that we have stored the information. All right, and then whenever someone is going to click on the button, all right, what should be happening? It should display the next question, right? Okay, first of all, selected option is equal to option, which option it has selected, and then I can write here btn dot style dot, let's say background color is equal to D0EF7FF, and save it. All right, now let me save this. Q dot options button. It should be creating the const btn is here, so we created this button. Let me see. Okay, I'm putting the information, so let me do the console.log btn here. So if you can see, all the options are displayed in this, right? I wanted to show this information to the front end, so that's why btn dot text content I put. So let me see btn. Okay, one more thing, you have to put the inner element, inner child. Okay, so where you want to put the options, let me come here, options el dot append child round bracket btn here, and save it. Can you see all the options are present now, right? Can you see? Okay, all the options are present now, right? Okay, now in this way I want you to create the entire questions, so that now if you are going to click on this one, you should change the current index question, so that the first index question is going to be visible. All right, fine. So here I'm going to write here current question plus plus. Okay, and save it. Let's say I'm marking something here. Okay, and next, if I'm going to click on next, it should display the next part here. Is that clear, everyone? All right. Okay, guys, I think now the students are saying that, ma'am, the session is up, so I'm going to end the session here. But this was just as a demo part, that what we can create out of using the array and the objects and the DOM only. So I think you have gotten the enough information about the array, you have gotten the enough information about the objects and the DOM part. Please try to create such type of application by your own. Okay, and if you are struggling somewhere, then you can take the help of the internet. All right, guys, so I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.